I feel like with the overall energy, there's an Ace of Cups here. So this is a new beginning in love. This is the beginning stages of, falling in love, feeling deeply for someone here, Cancer, definitely. And you've also got another ace, which is the Ace of Wands here. I feel like your ex has been trying to sway you to come back to them. And if, I feel like it could be a Queen of Swords. So this could be a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, man, woman, it doesn't matter. But I feel like you've had some conflict with your ex here, because I feel like they've really been wanting to get back with you. But you've been having a lot of arguments and fights and disagreements about something. Because I feel like you could have maybe gave it another shot with them, but you've realised, things are not going to change with them. Definitely. And with the Four of Pentacles here, this is you going in your shell. Definitely, not really communicating with your ex here, and they just keep contacting you and not leaving you alone, and trying to cause problems for you here. But I feel like with the Two of Swords and the Two of Pentacles, you've got a decision here to make, but I feel like you don't know what to do here, because I feel like, your ex has had some sort of influence over you. I feel like we've spoke about this before, Cancer, actually. And your ex was trying to come back to you, but I feel like, they will not let you go. But on the other hand, I feel like, pardon me, while you've been, while you were separated from them, broken up from them, I feel like you was getting to know a fire sign here. So this is Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, and I feel like with the Star card, I feel like, this is a divine connection you've got with this fire sign here, and this, is like a wish come true. I feel like a breeze, a breeze of fresh air. There's something, completely different from what you've had before, and maybe you've had conflict with them as well over your ex, because I feel like, they're wanting you to make a decision to truly let your ex go, but you're not making that decision. You're not being straightforward like a fire sign would be. A fire sign just says it how it is, but you've gone in your shell with the Four of Pentacles here, because I feel like your ex is trying to convince you, but the person you've been getting to know, really wants you to make a decision, to move forward with them, but you're just not budging. You're not making that decision. So it's causing a lot of conflict for you, with the fire sign, and with your ex as well, because you're not making that decision, and you're not communicating your truth about what you truly want, and you're not standing your ground over something here. But, I feel like once you make this decision, Cancer, you've got beautiful potential here with this fire sign, and you've got two new beginnings here. You've just got a lot of newness here, but it's time for you to let your ex go for good, and stop allowing them to interfere. Maybe you could have, a child with them, or children, that's maybe why they've got a hold on you. But, you've got a chance for a really loving commitment here, with a lot of passion and growth, behind it. But, you're not budging. And with the Star card, the universe wants you to make that decision, because the universe is trying to bring you this new beginning, but you're not taking the steps for this new beginning, so you kind of stopping this connection with this fire sign. So it's causing things to be in a bit of chaos, so you truly need to make that decision, with your choice and what you're going to do here, because I feel like you've got great potential here with this fire sign. It doesn't have to be, but your ex has always, kind of, I don't know, just got a hold on you, and you just back and forth, you don't know what to do, you don't know whether to go left, right, whether to go north, south, you just not budging with your decision, but the universe wants you to make that decision, Cancer, definitely, because you've got potential for a really good relationship here. So, the choice is yours. You have to make that decision, and stop going in your shell and just be straightforward, But we will clarify the conflict here. Yeah, you see, I feel like you've had some conflict with this fire sign, and you've kind of left them feeling not knowing what's going on because you've gone in your shell. Cancer, because we've got the King of Wands here, so this is the fire sign, and they're feeling like, where are you? What are you doing? Why aren't you making this decision here? And you're causing things to be stagnant between you and this fire sign, definitely. And the feeling like, you don't really care, but you do, because look, you're here, the Page of Cups, you're really wanting to offer them something, but you're very indecisive about what to do, and I don't want you to miss this opportunity, because this fire sign, I feel is getting kind of sick of it, all this tension here, definitely, but we will clarify. Yeah, definitely. Look, this is your ex, right? And it's saying here that you need to stand up for yourself concerning your ex, and just tell them straight where to go, because you keep allowing them back into your life, and it's causing you to not have this completion, this cycle, what the universe is wanting you to have, with this fire sign here, definitely. And look, we've got the fire sign again, the Page of Wands. Right, so you're letting your ex come in between what you and this person has got, so it's time that you need to stick up for yourself and state what you truly want, and what you're not having from your ex here. But look, it's ended, it's complete, you've been through a cycle of completion with your ex, so it's time to truly let that go. But you have to make the decision, Cancer, because you've got beautiful potential here to have something, but it's just up to you. So that's what I got for you, love. We will see what's going on for you, general. All right, Cancer, for you, general, what I'm getting here, I feel like it's to do with love again. I feel like with the Ace of Wands, look, it's come out twice for you, this. So, and the Ace of Cups as well. So, look, the universe is trying to give you the sign here that it's time for you to have this new beginning, Cancer, but you're not allowing this new beginning here, definitely. And with the Seven of Cups here, I feel like your emotions are kind of everywhere, and you're not sure what to do, because I feel like you don't want to hurt someone here, but yet you're hurting yourself, in the process here. So I feel like, your head's in the clouds, you're not sure what to do. But look, with the Ace of Cups again, a new beginning in love. But, you're not making that decision. But I feel like also, I feel like you've kind of messed this fire sign about a bit here. And I feel like, it could be them who feels a bit, all over the place as well, because we've got the Seven of Wands here. So I feel like, they could be a bit defensive because you've kind of been on and off with them and you haven't been direct, but you've got potential here, but, you've just been kind of not playing games, but you haven't been direct with them, so that they haven't known what's going on with you, what's your potential, what do you truly want. But also this is sticking up for yourself as well, Cancer, definitely. And with the Eight of Pentacles, I really feel like you've got some work to do here with this person, this fire sign. It doesn't have to be, but you've really got some work to do here and some, I'd say, making up to do. Because, I feel like this fire sign, did really try, they've been trying to get you to see something here, but you haven't been seeing it. You've been looking at something else, you haven't seen the true potential in them because, you haven't been allowing it. You've been hard, you've had your hard shell on, but like I says, look, with the World card, there's a completion, there's a cycle here, there's the universe saying, it's time for you to have a new start, a new beginning, Cancer. Definitely. But with the Page of Wands as well, I feel like you could be getting a message from this fire sign, or you could be messaging them. But, I don't feel like they feel sure, because we've got the Nine of Wands here, so this is fire energy again, because I feel like they're not sure, because maybe, you've messed them about a bit, but, I don't feel like you did it intentionally. It's just because, like I says, with your ex, they've had a hold on you in some sort of a way and you've been swayed, left, right. But I feel like, you have got some making up to do here, or, this could be vice versa, but that's what I'm getting here for you, Cancer. But it's, it's blatant, it's right here in front of your face, look. There's a new beginning here for you with a lot of potential, but, you need to make that decision. You need to tell this person how you truly feel, and truly just go for this new beginning here, definitely, because look what you've got here, the overall energy. You've got all that potential, 10 Pentacles. See, you look, there's just a lot of, stability. There's a lot of security with this person, there's something, potential to go really far with this person here. But, like I said, you've got, some work to do with this connection, because I feel like this person's not sure now, because, you have been a bit, in your shell and not really being expressive. But definitely, with the Sun card, look, beautiful, positive energy around this situation. Just beautiful vibes, light energy. Look, the universe is saying, look what you could have, a beautiful connection with vibrancy. A lot of just good energy around it. But, you have to make that decision and get your head out of the clouds now. But, yeah, Cancer, just make a decision, But that's what I've got for you, General. Yeah, definitely. So, trust. So, this situation is calling for you to have faith. So, like I'm saying, I feel like there has been a bit of trust lost there, because, you haven't been, say, straightforward, or this could be the other person, but this situation is calling you to have your full trust with this person, you know, and vice versa, because there's a lot of good things, good potential with this connection, you know, so you have to kind of build up that trust again, but definitely, you know, it's calling you to have that trust and believe in yourself also. Right, we will pull you a self-care card. Right, Cancer, so it says goals, relationship goals, yeah. So it says set a goal, write it down, and release the outcome. Small steps make a big difference. So definitely, so, you know, really state to this person what you truly want, you know, from this connection you've got, you know, and about what, you know, goals you want to achieve within this connection, you know, like I says, relationship goals, and also release, you know, what you need to release now, Cancer, you know, because the universe is wanting you to have this, you know, new beginning. So goals.